welcome back to the channel. So I am packing for my trip. I actually packed way ahead of time. My trip is tomorrow, but I'm double checking my bags because I decided I wanted to change a few things that I was bringing with me. So this is my backpack. It's like a roll bag like this. And I'm gonna wear it with me to the airport. On my way to my flight. You see my little suitcase and my backpack. That's all. Peeps, good morning. So I wanted to actually show you what's inside my toiletry bag. My reel was super quick so you couldn't see it, but I have all of my things. See a little label there? And this is face wash. This is Castile soap. This lighting is not great. Tiara Grows Green. There's a travel container of the face flavor, which I love. She also has a really great fragrance called It's a Secret, and I have a little bit of it here in this travel roller ball. Also have her body butter in a small container here. This came from her. It's the Flex. I have moisturizer, sunscreen. This used to be cocoa butter. It's now shea butter. I just transferred it over. Spray deodorant, mouthwash. About to run out of time. Have a few more things. This is Lume. It is a deodorant and it's really good. You can use it for every area, especially if you've been sitting on a plane for a long time. You might need a little assistance so you don't smell. And this container comes from Lush. They use it for their samples. So I have a few of them that I use for travel. I have my spray toner using this old container that I had. Travel deodorant. This is from the Dollar Tree. This is a floss that I brought with me. I have a plastic toothbrush actually because bamboo gets really moldy when you travel with this, so I don't recommend traveling with bamboo, but this one's good because it has a tongue scraper at the back. It is my designated travel toothbrush that gets used over and over. This is hair oil. This is also Tiara Goes Green. This is her oil in a little glass container here. This is bug spray in another glass container. And I have my contacts. And y'all, my friends and family were laughing at me because for my trip, I didn't buy anything new. These are all products I already had. I either decanted them and put them in smaller containers that I had lying around. I always, if I find something that is good, especially if it's glass and small, or it has some kind of spray bottle or special nozzle like this, I will keep it around knowing that I'm going to use it for travel. So travel stuff is not necessary if you can avoid it, but yeah, all of it fit here. One of the hardest things about this is that my tongue is not used to saying Spanish words. It's been so long, so I'm tripping over my words. That's what's happening. Even if my mind knows the words, saying them out loud is like the hardest part. ¿Puede ayúdame con mi wifi porque no está trabajando? Is that how you say? Can you help me with my Wi-Fi because it's not working? I don't know if that's how you say it, but we're gonna try it out. Can y'all hear that in the back? That is I Am a Child of God in Espanol. I completely forgot it was Sunday this morning because I flew in very, very late yesterday. I low-key don't know what year it is or what day it is. I've been trying to get into the habit of moving my body first thing in the morning, whether it's just a simple routine from YouTube or just some easy stretches. I did this some days, but then I also checked out the resort pool that was there, tried to see how warm the water was. It was pretty nice and the pool was shallow, so that was extra great. Okay, now for the reason I'm in Costa Rica in the first place. I've had a lot of fun, but it was actually a pro bono work trip. So let me tell you why I'm here. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I just want to tell you a little about the journey that I've been on the past few months. This has been a very wild year in a good way, in a really good way. So I'm currently in Costa Rica doing a pro bono project with a nonprofit that I partner with here in the US, and they had a project here in Costa Rica, a pilot project, and I got to come as one of the coaches to help with the training that they're doing, really for capacity building, launching this new initiative to do international, it's not even international development, just solutions for problems in certain areas, and it's community source solutions. So anyway, I'm here with a group called Marvelous Ways. I'm really honored, but I want to give you the background story. I think in a lot of my videos I love to give the background, because sometimes you see one thing that has happened and you don't know all of the God moments that led up until that. So that's what I want to talk about today. So let me take you back to January of 2021. I felt in my spirit that I needed to put together a book. And I'm a huge journaler, and I found that the practice of journaling really helped me break through a lot of the, sometimes I can be up here thinking about my ideas and not really sure of how to implement them or execute them. And journaling has been the greatest tool in helping me actually flesh out my ideas. I love journaling because as a Christian, I feel like it's an opportunity for me to write my thoughts, but also my creator gets to co-create with me. And so as I am talking through my ideas and praying and just sharing them with God, God oftentimes will give me the missing pieces of my plan. Because I'm only human, I see problems from certain perspectives and I can see a solution from here, but God is over all things. And so he has a perspective that I do not have. So I've really enjoyed being able to share things with God and God fill in the gap for me and really just give me the bigger picture that I wouldn't necessarily have by myself. So when I came up with this journal, it was this idea of creating a tool so that people could actually put their thoughts on paper and start to think about the direction of their life that they wanted to go in. I've observed that many people are on life paths that were sensible, or the things that made sense at the time, and they've been stuck on that path and they haven't been sure how to get off of it. And I really wanted to create something that would give people the boldness to pivot and pivot intelligently. I don't think that, for people who are planners or even people who just want to do a shift effectively, you can't do it randomly. You have to have some intention behind it. And I wanted it to be a very simple process. I didn't want it to be overly complicated. So I, along with God, the Holy Spirit, sat down and made this journal. I had a notebook that I scribbled what I thought the pages should look like. And then I went on a design website and meticulously, day after day, created this journal in a matter of weeks. And I put together the journal, and I wasn't sure where to put it. I wasn't sure who was ever going to use it except maybe me. And I had written another book before using Amazon and as my publisher. So I used Amazon again and just kind of put my book up there, not having a marketing campaign, not having a real idea of my method of distribution. I just wanted to be obedient and put out the book that God had put in my heart. And I felt not really sure what to do with it. Sometimes you're like, okay, God, I did it, now what? And it was just not silence, but God was just kind of like, okay, you did what you need to do, well done. Now you can go on to do the other things that you're doing. And I get a call from my friend Mark, and my friend is saying, hey, we're doing this project and we're going to a different country. We're trying to train up good leaders to work with youth who are from all kinds of backgrounds, with sometimes trauma, sometimes being under-resourced, and they just need some guidance. So we need a tool to work with these youth. Do you have any tools? And I'm listening, and really, I'm a former educator. I racked my brain on what kind of exercises we could do. I was thinking very specific thing. I thought the tool had to look like something very academic. And one day we were having a conversation about what these tools could look like, and I just blurted out, hey, I wrote this book called The Pivot Journal. I don't know if it could be of use to you, but I just thought I'd mention it. And I sent over the book, and he and his team really liked it. They said, okay, let's look at this book. This book could be a really strong tool. Maybe we can work together and make an adaptation that works for this project. So over the course of really a couple weeks, we started tweaking the content of my book in English. And then they came to me and said, hey, what do you think about making a Spanish version of this journal. Y'all, I had never considered translating this book. I had never considered that this journal might have mass appeal to anyone literally other than myself. And I said, yeah, of course, we can make it Spanish, whatever we need to do. And so the volunteer team sat down and, thought about not just what's the word for word direct translation, but what is the essence of what we're trying to say. They took time to take my book and translate it. And all this time we're translating and it's surreal to me, because at the same time I'm getting certified with this certification called the Harrison Assessment. And the Harrison Assessment, there's so much going on, so much overlap, and it's beautiful. The Harrison Assessment was given to me as a gift when I was leaving my job in Syracuse. I was about to go on my sabbatical and I had no idea what I was going to go do. And Kristen, this is so wild. Kristen is the co-founder of Marvelous Ways. At the time, she was working in Syracuse and a part of my church, and gave me the gift of, going through my Harrison. And the Harrison Assessment looks at your strengths, the type of behavior competencies you have, the things that you tend to do, helps you really understand yourself holistically. And it gave me a better idea of who I am as a person. It was one of the greatest gifts I could be given as someone who was about to go into a sabbatical. And so Kristen had given me this Harrison Assessment and the debrief, and it had made such an impact on me. I wanted to be certified also. So throughout these past couple months, I've been getting certified in the Harrison Assessment as we're also translating my book into Spanish. And I'm, hustling through this certification. I want to, for my own sake. And also I'm a human resources professional. So I do human resources, engagement, retention, inclusion, all the type of work that the Harrison Assessment is so great for. So I'm thinking, I'm doing this for my work, so that I can be better at my job and I can serve people better. And then we realized that they're doing Harrison Assessments for this pro bono trip with the Marvelous Ways team. And they say, hey, you can come be one of our coaches and administer Harrison Assessments as part of your trip. And I'm just like, yeah, I actually can. And I finished my training and got my official stamp that said I could go train people now and do Harrison Assessments. I finished my training a week before I arrived at this project. So I've been practicing. I had to do a competency, like a demo, to show that I actually knew how to train. And I got through all that stuff in the nick of time. So now here I am in Costa Rica serving as a coach, and then also getting to debut my book in Spanish. And yesterday I did a session that was a snippet of my book, and it was called Vision Plans That Work. So today, we're wrapping up the program, and I'm just sitting here in awe. And I said it earlier on Instagram, but sitting here in awe of what happens when you have a moment of obedience and you just lean into what God is asking, or even if it's not a direct ask. Sometimes there is a burden on our heart or on our mind, a dream that we just can't let go. And I think sometimes we think we have to just market the mess out of ourselves and this is my Facebook ad and this is me, I'm hustling. I'm telling you, I don't have hustle in me. I don't need to. I just show up, and by the grace of God, I have a spirit of excellence that the Holy Spirit helps me with. So I don't have to over manipulate things. I just do what He called me to do and trust that He will bring the increase. I have to be faithful, obviously, but I don't have to try so hard. Oh my gosh, I used to try so hard. I don't need to try so hard to get it right all the time.
Yeah.
All I have to do is be present and enjoy the journey. OMG, y'all. Oh, I can't show you. Let me focus on walking before I fall down. One sec. Thanks for stopping by my channel. Since you're already here, you might as well watch some more videos. I have videos on minimalism, faith, finances, sustainability, all sorts of things. So check out any of these videos around here. Take care. Happy watching.